Welcome to This Explainer. You know, when most people hear the word economics, they immediately picture stock markets, billionaires, or maybe some professor writing complex math on a chalkboard. But today, we're going to prove that it's not about any of that. It's actually about you. It's about your daily habits, your choices, and the invisible forces that are guiding your life right this very second. Okay, let's kick things off with a wild thought experiment. Imagine a world where petrol is totally unlimited, gold is unlimited, the food in your fridge magically replenishes itself, and most importantly, your time and energy are completely infinite. If literally everything in the world was limitless, would money even need to exist? The answer is absolutely not. Money is really just a story we invented to manage things. I mean, a 500 rupee note only costs a few rupees to actually print, right? But we all agree on its value because we have to navigate a world where things eventually run out.
And that brings us to the absolute bedrock of all economics, scarcity. The harsh reality of our world is that human wants are basically a bottomless pit. We want the big house, the nice car, the amazing vacations, but the resources to build and grow those things, they're strictly limited. You just can't have it all. This friction between infinite desire and a finite reality is exactly where economics is born.
And because we simply can't have it all, every single choice you make comes with a hidden price tag. Economists call this opportunity cost. The true cost of a decision isn't just what you pay to get it, it's the value of what you had to give up instead. Think about it. Right now, you're watching This Explainer. That means you are actively choosing not to scroll through Instagram or binge Netflix or hang out with friends. Your attention is scarce, and you are spending it right here with us. Let's look at a real-world example. If someone chooses to dedicate 4 whole years of their life to studying for the highly competitive IAS exams, their true cost isn't just the books and the coaching fees. No, they are literally paying for it with the 4 years of a stable salary they didn't earn while studying. It's the exact same thing for your personal habits too. Choosing to stay in your comfort zone, that costs you your potential future success. Every single decision demands an invisible payment.
Moving on to trade and the market engine.
Because our time and resources are so limited, we figure out pretty quickly that we can't do everything ourselves. This limitation actually forces us to interact using something called comparative advantage. So imagine a YouTuber who is incredible at research, but terribly slow at editing. If they try to do it all alone, they barely manage to put out 1 video a week. Now pair them with an editor who doesn't know the first thing about research, but edits at lightning speed. By collaborating, they don't just add their skills together, they literally multiply their output. Trade and collaboration don't happen just because people want to be nice. They happen because it creates a pure win-win situation where everyone gets richer. But if collaboration and trade are what build human civilization, from the ancient spice routes all the way to modern tech companies, we have to ask ourselves, what's the actual fuel? What is the secret battery that gets people out of bed to collaborate and trade in the first place? Well, the crucial point here is that humans don't run on good intentions. We just don't. We run on incentives. An incentive is the reward, the motivation, or the underlying benefit that pushes us to take action. If someone offers you $50 for an hour of work and another person offers you $500 for the exact same work, you're going to take the $500, right? Why? Because the incentive is stronger. This invisible pull dictates almost everything we do.
Let's look at incentives and data-driven trading.
The financial markets are basically just a massive global network of human incentives. Yet amazingly, 90% of people out there trade on pure emotion. They feel FOMO or they panic. This is where our sponsor, Bolt Trades by Lemon, completely changes the game. They solve this emotional chaos by giving you an AI-powered, step-by-step blueprint. So instead of blindly guessing, you receive a clear signal, you verify it on a live chart, and you execute with a logical stop-loss and target. It shifts your trading from emotional, stressful gambling to disciplined, data-based execution. When your incentive changes from seeking a quick thrill to following a proven system, your results completely transform. Bringing it back to our core principle, this quote from the legendary economist Thomas Sowell perfectly captures the essence of how the world works. People respond to incentives, not intentions. Honestly, it doesn't matter how noble or good a government's intention is when they pass a new law. If the economic incentive points the other way, human behavior will follow the incentive every single time. We can neutrally observe this exact dynamic playing out in the state of Maryland back in 2008. The government had a very clear intention. They needed more money for the state. So they implemented a special tax on the wealthy. The intention was to boost state revenue. But what was the actual incentive? The new tax literally incentivized the rich to pack up their bags and move somewhere cheaper.
By year 2, over 2,000 millionaires had left the state and the tax revenues actually plummeted. The intention was good, for sure, but the incentive drove the exact opposite behavior.
On the flip side, look at India's monumental economic shift in 1991. Before this, under the license rush, the incentive for businesses was basically just to keep government officials happy so they could get permits. Economic growth was stagnant for decades. But when the economy opened up, the incentive completely flipped. The new reward was for innovating, competing, and growing. Because that incentive changed, the Indian economy skyrocketed from $270 billion to an astounding $3.7 trillion. It is so vital to recognize how bad incentives can secretly ruin our daily lives. Think about a teacher with great intentions who genuinely wants kids to learn. But if the school's system only rewards high marks on tests, the incentive isn't actually learning, it's rote memorization. The creative kids get left behind, and the ones who memorize best become top of the class. If social media algorithms reward highly polished fake lifestyles, creators are going to produce fake content. If audiences give millions of views to influencers promoting gambling, more creators will manipulate their viewers. You always get what you incentivize. Next up, prices and your true value. Let's look at one of the most wildly misunderstood concepts by the general public. When prices go up, people get angry, right? They view prices as the enemy. But prices aren't just arbitrary numbers meant to punish you. They are actually a massive global communication system. They are direct messages signaling scarcity, demand, and supply. If the price of a good spikes, it's basically the market flashing a huge neon sign saying, hey, this is running out, we need to conserve it, and we need more people to start producing it right now. And when governments ignore those signals and artificially suppress prices, things just break down. In New York, rent control was intended to provide cheap housing. The outcome? Landlords had zero incentive to maintain the buildings, and developers stopped building new ones, which led to a massive housing shortage. In Zimbabwe, the government tried to force food prices to stay low so people could afford to eat. But because farmers couldn't even cover their costs, their incentive to farm completely vanished. The result was empty shops and a total collapse of the food supply chain. You simply cannot break the price signal without breaking the whole system. Now, let's bring this concept down to a personal level. And I'll warn you, this is a tough pill to swallow. The harsh, honest truth of the market is that your wage is simply a price. And that price is determined by the value you provide, not the amount of sweat you drop. If you work incredibly hard but only generate $10 of value, a business literally cannot pay you $15. If they are forced to, they will simply replace the job with AI or automation. The market doesn't pay for sympathy or effort, it pays for value and rare problem solving. Moving to profit, loss, and win-win. Smart money relies entirely on data, deliberately checking ego at the door. When a business generates a profit, that is the market literally cheering them on, saying, "We love this, keep going, make more." But when a business operates at a loss, people often let their ego take over and they try to drag it out. But a loss is just a desperately honest signal from the market telling you to stop wasting precious resources, change direction, and try something else.
Finally, let's look at the real economics of life. So how do all these massive global economic concepts come down to your daily habits? Well, it starts with how you view the cost of your lifestyle. When someone buys a luxury vehicle like a 50-lakh Fortuner on a monthly EMI just to look successful, the company only shows them a small monthly payment. But if you apply the economics of opportunity cost we talked about earlier, the true price tag isn't 50 lakhs. The true cost is the millions in compounding wealth that exact same money could have generated for you over the next 20 years if it had been invested instead. You aren't just buying a car, you are literally spending your future freedom.
And it's not just about big financial purchases, is it? Everything has a hidden price tag. Whether it's burning a whole weekend binge watching a new show on Netflix, forcing yourself to go out every single weekend just to maintain a social image, or endlessly scrolling through cheap distractions online. You aren't just passing time. You are actively sacrificing your energy, your focus, and your potential. Spending your attention on cheap thrills today guarantees a very expensive, difficult future tomorrow. Economics isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet, it is literally the study of how you choose to spend your finite, incredibly valuable life. So as you leave this explainer and go about your day, I want to leave you with one final, deeply important question to chew on. Before you make your next move, before you swipe your card or click on that next distraction, what is the hidden cost of your very next decision?